we got Cluster J tomorrow. Last test of new stuff for the year. I would have to be able to go from scientific notation to standard notation. So, who thinks they can tell me how to write these as a regular number? Yeah. Top right here, 1.24 times 10 to the 6th. How do I write that in standard notation? All right, so we got what you need to do. We have the exponent telling us how many digits are going to be after decimal. The exponent is 10 to the 6th. It's after the decimal. We already had 2 digits. That means we're going to need 4 digits more. So I need to add in 4 zeros. The decimal needs to come out. So we need to take out the decimal. Can add it in the commas as well. So we got 1,240,000 right there. A second one there, got 6.4 times 10 to the negative 3rd power. Marcos, what do we got there? So in that case, we need 3 digits. It's negative, so we're going to need 3 digits to the left of the decimal. So do that. We're adding them to the left there. Decimal moving left. We take out the decimal from where it was originally. So it's going to end up looking like that, 0.0064. Any questions on any of those? All right, so we got to go from scientific notation to standard notation. We also got to go from standard notation to scientific notation. So we're going to need both of these in scientific notation. Keller, what you got for the first one?
1.451 times 10 to the negative 4.
1.451 times 10 to the negative 4th is correct. Decimal goes there. We make a single digit number. We count the digits in between our 2 decimals. Since it's a number, that makes a negative exponent. Second one there, Carlea?
1.33 times 10 to the 6th power.
No. Corey? Decimal goes there, so we got 1.23 times 10 to the 8th. We got to count all digits after the decimal. We have that single digit number in the zeros and any of the other digits, the 2 and the 3. So that's why it's times 10 to the 8th. Any of those? Y'all, for years and years, the EOG, the first question on there, was always like, here's a big number, what is it in scientific notation? Or here's a number in scientific notation, what is it in standard notation? They've gotten away from that, but like for the longest time, that used to be always like what the first question. I mean, you'll still see one like that usually on the EOG, but it's not like number 1 always anymore. It used to like always be that was like number 1 on there. All right, so let's get into the Desmos type questions. All right, so we got a scientist estimates that every square mile of ocean contains an average of trash. The surface is covered by 1.8 square miles. How many pieces of trash are in the Earth's oceans? So, what it's saying is each square mile, this many pieces of trash. Then it's saying we have this many square miles. So what type of math? Multiplication. So we want to multiply those two together. Caden, what you got? 5.52. Whoops. 5.52 times 10 to the 12th is correct. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of trash floating around. All right. Everybody good on that? Again, with Desmos, calculator in general, fairly easy to do the math. You just got to make sure carefully so you know what type of math you're doing. It tells you every square mile has this much trash, then it tells you there's this many square miles. So that means all right, so we got a piece of paper has a thickness of 4.1 times 10 to the negative third. Another piece of paper, 9 times 10 to the negative inches. What is the total thickness of these two pieces of paper? Adding them, yeah. When it's asking for a total, that's usually what you're doing, right? So add them up. Zah, what you got? I'll take that. That's what he gave me. Scientific notation.
Good job, bro. I love that. I love that. That was nice.
A problem like this, if it's multiple choice, could go either way. They could give you 0.008 as the answer choice. They could give you 10 as an answer choice. It just kind of depends. Sometimes you'll see it either one. So total is what I was asking for. So this is an addition problem. When you do addition or subtraction, Y'all use Desmos on this one, so you didn't have to really work it out. You just put it in as scientific notation. If we were working this out on our own, what you would have to do is you would have to change them into standard notation. So we'd have to do 0.0041, 0.0039. So when we add these together, what I get, that part's not needed because it's like we get the 0.008 like Zai told us. And so when I put the decimal there, you see how there's 3 digits in between them, so that's to the negative third. That's where the negative 3 comes from. Any other questions on that one? All right, chemists define a mole of a compound as 6 times 10 to the 23rd of that compound. How many moles are in 3 times 10 to the 24th molecules? So what type of math are we doing here? Division. We're trying to find out how many are in something, so yeah. Taquan? No? Nick? Five.
You're supposed to do the exponent, the higher exponent first, the lower one.
Y'all, which one is the bigger number?